Mysterio already retired you twice. Rollins hanging on. It was just tied Kane for eliminating 11 men in one Royal Rumble match. And now Batista with a spine buster. And Sheamus with a pro kick.
Sheamus's weight.
Batista's going to WrestleMania.
Okay, everybody, it is the day after Royal Rumble 2014. Now, I wanted to kind of let this subside for a little bit before I started talking about the Royal Rumble, but I think it had to be said right now. There's a couple of things that happened last night that a lot of people are talking about online. Basically, it's the only thing people are talking about online. And I feel like I should weigh in on this while it's fresh in my head. Because this week, of course, is going to be a big TNA heavy week on the international desk. So I'm going to use the platform that I have now to kind of give my fresh thoughts on it. And next week, we'll break it down in a bit more cogent detail when I'm joined with Corey and Gary. Now, first things first. Last night's Rumble wasn't a bad Rumble. The show itself wasn't a bad show. The Rumble match was mostly a good match. I've had a chance to watch it again since, and I think compared to what we did last week on the show, which was a commentary of Royal Rumble 1999, you can tell that the match quality has gone up, and it's actually, you know, a proper match rather than just crap. Absolute garbage. The problem with last night was that instead of doing something to change things, instead of doing something that would get people talking in a positive way and getting everybody excited for what was to come, i.e. WrestleMania 30, people's fears were returned. And what I mean by that is, and again, it's kind of weird because we were talking about Triple H in a roundtable format before the show. We've actually recorded over an hour for next week's show. And I have a funny feeling that this audio will probably go beforehand. I haven't figured out that yet. This is just me venting. There's no script or anything right now. Just me venting about what happened last night. But we talked about Triple H. And you guys probably get a chance to hear about this on the FM show. But people have a fear that Triple H is going to put over his friends. That he's going to bury people. All that kind of stuff. Now, when your Royal Rumble match ends the way that it did, and you guys heard the audio before I started talking of boos, of yes chance, of no chance, of Daniel Bryan chance, all this kind of stuff. When something like that happens, it seems to confirm people's fears that, you know, maybe Triple H is going to do this. And whether or not he is, I don't honestly think he is. I think this is probably a bigger creative decision than just Triple H. It's unfair to blame just one person. But this is WWE doing what they always do, which is going for the safe status quo. You know, we're going to push John Cena. We're going to push Batista. We're going to push Randy Orton. They're the trifecta, the triumvirate of the WWE, and that's fine. That, you know what, that's cool. If that's what they want to do, and that is what they want to do, that's what they're going to do, and that's awesome. I fully support that as their company, and they do what they want. But as a fan, which I am, and you know, everyone listening to this is, do we want to watch that? No, we don't. Do you guys want a Batista Randy Orton match for the belt at WrestleMania? I don't. It will suck. It will be terrible. Guys, there was a "we want refunds" chant during Cena Batista last night. Sorry, during Freudian slip. During Cena Orton last night. We want refunds. Where have you heard chants like that before? That's right, TNA. When TNA was really bad. And it was really bad. Now, WWE have the network coming up, and they should be wanting to garner some kind of goodwill to get as many sign-ups as they can. And they're not doing it. People were talking with me today, and they were saying they're never going to order another WWE show again. Now, how do I know they're serious? Because they're casual fans. They're not hardcores. They're not people that say, oh, I'm never going to watch wrestling again, and then watch Raw the next night. Like I will be tonight. You know, I don't claim I'm never going to watch wrestling again and then go off and do it. But there are a lot of people that do. That's fine. The thing about it is, if they lose the casuals, they're losing income. And I think they were depending on a lot of casuals to kind of go for the WWE network. Sign up, get the $60, and let them relive the Attitude Era. If you annoy people that much, you're not going to do it. So I don't really understand the logic there. We all knew Batista was going to win. We all knew Batista was going to win. If you thought Batista wasn't going to win, then you weren't watching the same show. You weren't watching Raw. You weren't watching the promo package. It's all they plugged. Batista's the only one that said he was going to win as well. Also, if you actually paid attention to the promos. However, they could have done something to kind of alleviate that impact. One, Daniel Bryan. Why wasn't Daniel Bryan in the Rumble? According to reports that have appeared, Daniel Bryan was kept out of the Rumble because of WWE higher-ups. That's what he said. Even the BBC are covering this right now. This is a big story. People are very, very angry at Daniel Bryan not being there. And he didn't have to win it. I'm not saying not to get him to win the Rumble, but he should have been in it. He should have, came out number 30 and it would have been grand. Did you hear the hate for Rey Mysterio? That wasn't Mysterio. That could have been anybody. Could have been Austin. People would have been upset. They would have been very, very upset because they want Daniel Bryan to be the guy. They want him to have the belt, or they want to see him make a pretty damn good run at the belt. And I don't know why WWE won't let that happen. Now they could be going out this, and this could be an angle, but I don't know at this point. It's too early to tell. But right now, they upset a lot of people. A lot of casuals. And that's your audience which you're trying to win back here. But that's one thing they could have done. Number two, if they wanted to call an audible, why not put Roman Reigns over?
It's the Royal Rumble match. The final two men in electric atmosphere in Pittsburgh. Oh, Batista with a spear! Batista with a spear of his own! Almost cut Roman Reigns in half! And now a spear by Reigns!
Yes, I am a Shield fan. I'm a huge Shield fan, right? But as you would expect, Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, they're the two of the Shield that I really, really like. Roman Reigns, I accept that he's going to be the next big thing. I think his work is great. I think he's come on leaps and bounds, and he's becoming a great character. Last night he put on a great performance. Why not let him win it? They can redo it. They can undo it. And tonight, if he had won, they've done it before. Royal Rumble 1999, they literally redone the Royal Rumble. So Austin would win by a rule that they've never reenacted again. You had a chance, WWE, to make a star out of Roman Reigns. You had a chance to really put this guy over as your next Rock. Now, he didn't damage him. He didn't lose anything last night by not winning. But Batista didn't gain anything. He returned and he won the Rumble. Awesome. But nobody wanted him to win the Rumble. He didn't put in a dominant performance at the Rumble. He just kind of won it. Watch the match again. He's not impressive. People aren't behind him. Nobody wants him there. But he won anyway. And there's probably a lot of reasons for that. And, you know, after he won, and you heard the audio of the boos, he seems to mouth something. And my friend Chris said that he seems to be like saying, deal with it, to the fans who were there. And that's probably true. He may have said that. But what we do know, there's a report by Mike Johnson of the PWInsider.com where he says that after the show went off the air, Batista got into the face of a fan in the front row and flipped him off. Batista also proceeded to mock the Daniel Bryan yes chant before heading to the back. Now, we don't know how that's going to affect him, but you would think he's going to turn heel now. They have to turn him heel. He's already heel. That's a heel thing to do. That's not even a heel thing to do. That's a douchebag thing to do. You know, particularly when you're supposed to be the face. Remember, he was having a little Twitter war with the actual heel, Alberto Del Rio. And Randy Orton's the heel. Now, what are they setting up for? A heel versus heel match at WrestleMania? Let's see how well that works out. At the end of the day, guys, WrestleMania is shaping up to be either what we all want it to be, which is going to be something that we talked about for years. You know, a lot of people think about it as a chance for a wrestler to go over and to be returned to some kind of normality, you know, post-Attitude Era, you know, kind of, but with actual matches instead of just blood and garbage. That's the idealistic Asgard that people seem to have, Valhalla that people seem to have in mind. And I don't know if that's going to happen. On the other side, this could be WrestleMania 25 again. And I don't think anybody wants that again. But still too early to say. And I just wanted to kind of get this all out on this platform while I have a chance and while it's fresh in my head before TNA just takes over all precedent and most of the show this week, guys. So remember, if you want the full show, it'll be on WrestleView.com on Saturday, and the live show is on Phoenix 92.5 FM every Friday from 9 p.m. This is the WrestleView International Desk. My name is Darrell O'Connor. I'll see you then.